All of the other videos for this unit have all been quantitative data. This is finally we get a chance to talk about categorical data. What's an example of categorical data? An equipment store sells several models of portable generators. How do the sales for the different models compare? All right, so if we have our, looks like 5 different models and the number of sales in the winter season, right, we're not averaging these. That wouldn't make any sense at all. So the first thing is a bar graph. And so simply each category is its own element on the horizontal axis. And the height of each bar is the frequencies. And please write the frequencies on top. That's pretty important for clarity of communication. And that's your bar graph. Now, bar graph is different than a histogram. And the difference is important. And it seems kind of silly, but here the bars are separated, and here they are not. And really what that means is that, as we said, this is a quantitative data, right? So this is a continuous number line, so there aren't any gaps. There might be intervals of 0, but that's technically not a gap, right? Everything is accommodated, right? Here, right, and we separate them. And that's actually an important detail to make sure to do. Now, if we were to order the frequencies in descending order, that's just called a Pareto chart. Still, it's a form of bar graph. It's categorical. It's just in descending order. Last one to do with categorical is making a pie chart, or a circle graph it's called sometimes. Right, here's our sales. We want to get relative frequency, right? There was 96 total generators sold. So we calculate our relative frequencies. And we're making a circle. So 40% of all sales was this particular, needs to be this model, 60 degrees. So we need to know what 40% of 360 is. And so that segment or sector of the circle should be 143 degrees. So here's our circle. Right, we need to start with a starting line. The starting line could actually be anywhere. It could be there, could be there, could be there. It really doesn't make any bit of difference. Generally, I like to go in descending order. This is the biggest sector. Right, and then this 101 is going to be the next biggest. And so I like to build it in descending order. So what we need is to start here and go 143 degrees. It'll be somewhere around here. To do that, we're going to need to grab a protractor and bring it over here and line it up. And this 143, right, there's always 2 scales on a protractor. Excuse me. The 0 is on the outer one over here. 0 is on the inner one over here, but this is where my baseline is. So I go on the outer one until I go to 143. Right, and then I make my mark, and I can draw my line. And now I can get rid of my protractor, and that's our 40% of the circle. I can now jump to the 101. That's 101 degrees. I use the protractor, and it turns out to be right there, and that's my 28% for the Z6 model. And then I